I was just hoping you could tell us a little bit about your faith story and how you came to be engaged to Maria.
I grew up in a Catholic family. We went to Mass every Sunday, had a big Sunday roast after with our family, and everything seemed perfectly fine. Everything seemed like this is just what we do as a family. And as I got older, I started to drift away from the church. My father stopped going, and I started to question why I was even Catholic, why my parents even went to church. I stopped going. I was no longer an altar boy, and in fact I started to actually speak bad about the church and was somewhat of an atheist or an agnostic. I would stray from the church and push other people away from it as well. If I found out they were Catholic or Christian, I would ridicule them for their beliefs. I think I did this because I had a lot of built up anger and resentment towards the church, in particular people that I knew that my father had worked with. My father used to be a brother, and he left the brotherhood to marry my mother. He struggled to be a good father for me and my two brothers and my sister. I found out that my father had cheated on my mother, and as I got through high school it got worse. There was abuse towards my mother and myself, my brothers and my sister. And this resentment just grew inside me, and I got very, very angry with the world. And it was weird because I sort of said I like the idea of God, I like the idea of Jesus and what he was able to do in the world, but I just can't see anybody living that way. Not only was I upset for my family, but I had also heard stories about my local parish and about a particular priest who wasn't acting according to the position and the position of influence that they had. I started to see that, and I formed the opinion that people who went to church were just acting, that they were trying to show people how holy they were and how good they were, but really they were just like everybody else, maybe even worse. This really didn't get any better until I actually met someone who really practiced their faith. The person that I met who was living their faith was actually a priest. And it was very significant that I was a priest because by being a priest, it actually renewed my faith in the Catholic Church. This person inspired me to go back to the traditions of the church, to read the scriptures, and to just have a whole new look upon the Catholic Church and what it stood for. And when I was able to go back and look at this, I fell more in love with the real Catholic Church and not the Catholic Church that I thought I knew. I was thirsty to know more. I enrolled myself in courses. I was working as a catechist, and I began studying to be a high school teacher to teach religion. It was from this point that I really saw God work within people, and this really gave me the courage and inspiration to actually ask God to work with me. A great inspiration in my life is actually a woman who I'm in the process of working towards getting married to. We're currently engaged, and she brings me closer to God. She inspires me to be more of a man, to be more of a son of God, and to work hard on being a good future father, a good